Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Docker. It helps us to create, deploy and run applications by using containers. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Docker will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best and start today.
So how to create an image using Dockerfile, and for that I have come here to learn about the Dockerfile. Now I want to trace a Jenkins image using Dockerfile. So I want to know evolution of Jenkins. So how the Jenkins image has been evolved with over the period of time. So if you see here, Jenkins image should be having some base image. Always base image is important. See here, base image and root image, root layer, both are having different definition. Base image, something like for any image you want to have one image, that's called base image. But for any image, layer 0 is your root image, root file system. So that way please understand that. So here if you look at this Jenkins image, I want to go inside the Jenkins latest account. And I don't want you to read many things here, okay? Just read the one statement from. So when you see the from state is the base image. So Jenkins had a base image, latest by the way, Jenkins latest, with OpenJDK. OpenJDK and the tagged with not latest here. So 8-JDK. Okay. So now the question is, I want to know JDK, OpenJDK had what? So let's find out. This is the OpenJDK image. Tagged with 8-JDK. We are going to go architecture 64-bit. I clicked on the wrong thing. And you see here, I have to search actually. There's so much image, different variant. You know that it's very difficult to search. Okay. See, I found very good. So Docker image will be here. Docker file will be here. See, OpenJDK has been coming from build pack. Now let's find out what is a build pack. Okay. If I see the build pack tip, so here I have to go for Buster SQL. Click here. These are the tags. Okay. If I see that actually it's the same image, but the tags are different. While creating an image, you can give tag something which is relevant to your release, or if you leave it, then you become a latest. So it's a different tag, Buster curl. Go back. See, Buster curl is here. I'm tracing an image, okay? You see that how this is. Debian Buster. See here, Debian Buster. Now I want to know Debian. So Docker Hub. Debian. And tag with Buster. Here. See here. So what you are learning from this exercise, what you are learning, see that this is the end of the game, scratch. So what you are learning from here?
Are these the layers, Rajesh, different layers that we discussed yesterday?
Here you may have a multiple layer, multiple layer, multiple layer, multiple layer. Let's say 2, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20, like this. Getting point?
This is similar to what we have done. That is based on the Ubuntu, we have installed Git, and after Git, we have installed Apache. So like that, they have also embedded on top of the base images.
By the way, you did Git and Apache in only one layer, not a 2 layers we had it. Commit will create one layer. Each commit will create one. You could have also done like this. First, you create a container from Ubuntu, go inside a container, install Git, commit, then create again a new container from the new image, then go inside that, and then install Apache. So that will become a 2 layers, 2 image. But we did it so far, 1 layer, multiple things, and 1 image. So whenever you find scratch, that means that has a root file system. That means for me, if I look at this, this is my root file system image. Don't you think so? Right? So see that here, Jenkins was needed JDK and base as a Debian. OpenJDK were needed Git here. I'm just telling you. Git needed curl here, and this in root file system. So you can decide. How can you decide your state? Plan your state like this. For example, your product is, think about it. your product is releasing in the Ubuntu, CentOS, RHE, Debian, or Fedora. Now you install JDK. I'm just helping to understand. Then one more image. It's a JDK. Then you need Tomcat. Tomcat here, JDK, let's say 9, okay? And here Tomcat 6 or 7, whatever it is. Tomcat. Now, then application, tool version, application here, application here, application here. So, which will change very frequently? This will not change very frequently. This application will get changed. Every day it will change 20 times. How much time it will take to build? Hardly seconds, few seconds. But sometimes once you have a technological upgrade, let's say Tomcat, so you will do modification here, Tomcat 7, like this. Sometimes you have a JDK application, so you will do modification here. So are you getting an idea about this hierarchy and what I'm trying to say?
You can say that the downstream will be the middle layer. On top of it, it is an application layer.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Okay. So if you see that in the Scratch image, you have one tarball. This tarball, they are extracting at the root location. You want to see this tarball? I have downloaded this tarball. Let me show you. See, this is the tarball. I downloaded from the GitHub, the place where we have. You can download also. This is not something. This is the root file system of Debian. Here it is. So Debian, okay. Have you seen this somewhere?
Yeah. It is Ubuntu, no?
No, it's not Ubuntu. It's a Debian. I showed
Debian. Oh,
Debian
yeah,
is a different flavor. It's like Ubuntu only, but different flavor. Little bit changes. Debian, Ubuntu, both are same, but different changes. Okay. So guys, this is the evolution how you do that. But I have a few questions in my mind. I have few questions. And a question is about a Jenkins container. And you all are going to help me out in this question. This is something like a kind of assignment. Jenkins container is running with okay, running with which user, which code, Naga, I could hardly hear you. What are you saying?
No, it's not.
Hello?
No, it's good. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay. So Jenkins container is running with which user, port, volume, environment, user, port, volume, environment, environment. Yeah. So this is the question. You need to tell me in 5 minutes. Okay. So I'll give you this 5 minutes. Can you call to Shiva? I think you have his number because he will.
No. Can you please,
Guys, anyone has a Shiva's number? Can you put it in the chat window?
I just are able to connect to lab. God.
The lab.
Okay, guys, start sharing the knowledge, whatever you got it, each one of you, whatever the results you got it, you put it in the chat window. Put it in the chat window. Malfi, can you check that your response? I need a user put volume and environment all quickly. Guys, it takes only 2 minutes to find out. In fact, few seconds, not 2 minutes. 2 minutes is too much in containable. Environment variable, anyone found out? Linux command to find out the environment variable is env. Anyone found out the environment variable? Anyone environment variable? No one could found out environment variable so far.
I listed out the environment variables, but to copy paste it is, I'm not able to copy paste from this one to my local machine. So if you want, I can just read it out or I can share my screen.
No, just read it out.
There are lots, right? Like path, post name, Java home, Jenkins version,
Yeah.
home, CA certificates, Java home and all. So
Yeah. Correct.
those are the environment variables. I actually tried 2 approaches. One is like printing by using env command, and I was looking out for the Jenkins file where we are setting environment variables and all the Docker file.
Oh, you could have checked in the container also.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I think you understood what I wanted. Now the question come to the point. How to create Docker file. So guys, before coming to the point how to create a Docker file, let me tell you rules. Each line, yes guys, each line in Docker file would create. Will you hardcode this statement every time? Each line and each layer would be written on. Understand?
Rajesh, are you sharing?
Yeah, I'm sharing. Oh, it's not sharing? Okay, sorry.
No.
Okay. My lab.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, guys. So here I was writing the rules for Docker file. You just need to remember it. So each line in Docker file would create one layer, and then each layer would be written on layer 0 each layer would be written separately. There's a spelling mistake. Separately and alone. Okay, this two statement you have to understand that. With that, I'm writing a Docker file. So guys, look at my screen here. My Docker file is, what is your base image? Base image, it can be anything. For me, it's Ubuntu. Who are you? Maintainer. My name is Rajesh Kumar. Email ID is devops@rajeshkumar.xyz. Okay. Maintainer and rajeshkumar.xyz. What you want to do inside a container? Run what? apt-get update. Do you want to do something else? Run what? apt-get install get-y. Do you want to copy some files from the host machine? Yes. What? Copy DevOps school.txt. Where? opt. Do you want to set some environment variable? Yes. How? This one. Java home or Java Raju is equal to active. Not is equal to. Is equal to, not is equal to opt xyz. Okay. Do you want to create a volumes and mount it somewhere? Yes. What? Volume. Where you want to mount? Same location. Okay. So guys, run will run the command inside a container. See, Docker file is doing the same thing which you have done to create one image with one layer, is doing the same thing. Okay, but here you want to do multiple things. So the rule is each line in Docker file would create one layer. So you see here, Ubuntu, from base image, maintainer, run, copy, env, wall. Okay, so here this is done. This is done. All these things you require to run applications, right? This is done. So are you able to understand Docker file now? Right.
The volume which we are mentioning, if it is not available, what it will do, Rajesh?
Where is the volumes? Volumes I have not specified. This will create a volume always. This.
If you want to load an existing volume, that is share across containers.
So in that case, I believe you have to write like name of the volume like this. Okay. I need to validate this statement, but I guess you have to do like this.
Okay, Rajesh.
This will create a new volumes and mount it inside a container at this location. So guys, simple. Docker file is not very difficult. Okay. So let's create this. So here, I think I lost my console. CentOS sudo and
Rajesh, I have a doubt. Entry point in Docker file, Rajesh.
that's the last topic and most important topic.
Okay.
So vi docker file save it. What command you have to run it? This spelling mistake. Okay. So now this Docker file, what command you have to make it? Docker build -t. Here T for the name actually. So this is the image name. I'll make it image name 1. And where is a Docker file context? This. Build. Now unknown instruction volume. So here it says unknown instruction vol. Why? So it's spelling unknown instruction vol. Let me check if that changed or something. Should be vol only.
Is it case sensitive?
Volume, sorry. Not vol, it's a volume. My bad. Getting slowly memory erased. See here, step 1, 2, 3, third is happening, 4. Done. But fifth got failed. How come got failed? Any idea?
The file is not there.
File is not. So let me create this. Now the beauty of this, guys, I have a 4-layer got created. Do you think it will create one more time? No, not at all. It will start from the 5th one. So saving lots of time actually. See here, 5th. Done. Now you see here, I got the image 1. Now I'll create a container from this docker run -itt. Okay, and I will name this container im1. Okay, and docker ps. See, this is the container im1. Can I check the containers has a git or not? See, git is there. Can I check the container has the file in OPT or not? See, it's there. Volume is also there. You see. Can I check environment? See, Java Raju. So guys, did you understand that how to create an image?
Yeah.
Not very difficult. Now I'll teach you one more thing, guys. And that is the official Docker file. Look at this. This is the official Docker file. Not very long. And this is the Docker file which makes that your Jenkins container environment running. 45 contributors has contributed to this image. Okay. So let's understand this. So see here, whatever you have here, the instructions in Docker file, which constitute of 90% of the instruction. That means not too many things which is pending, will be pending. So let's understand from base image, run. So I need to tell you something. I think I'm messed up. See here, touch OPT Rajesh 1. See that Rajesh 2. These are the 3 layers I'm creating. In fact, 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, 4 layer. This layer will not be created because this I did it already somewhere in the other image. So they will use some cache. So are you okay with this image? Are you all okay with this image? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me create one more image here. I need to do some explanation of it. Now, you know, I have one file named Docker file. So what to do now, because you can't have the 2 file name in one directory. So vi, I'll name it doc2. Okay. File name I changed it doc2. Now your command will remain same, but here you will specify -f also, like this. Did you understand that? So the file name you can have a different also, but you will specify that one. Got it? Guys, are you there? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, Raj.
Yeah. So this is the I want you to understand this whole things very carefully. See what happens. I taken a screenshot. Now I'll go to the var lib docker. Now I'll find this here file, find dot name Rajesh start. See here. So how many search results you have? See. So this proves that each file, each lines, whatever you write in the Docker file, look at the Docker file one more time. Write the different layers. Okay. And each layer is a clean layer. Each layer is a clean layer. There's no data duplication. It's not like in this layer you get this file also, or in this layer you get this file also. No, not like that. So are you able to understand this now?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a very important. So if you now see that here, see what they do. It's the same thing what you have already done. Let me explain you. This is the last layer of the Ubuntu. From there, they create a container. They have used the cache. So just ignore this right now. From this layer, they use the container here. Okay. From this layer, they created a container. So you can create a container from the layer also, no problem. You have to tag it, that's all. So here you see this is the layer ID, commit ID. From there, here you got a container. In this container, Docker has written this file. Okay, look at this very carefully. And after that writing this, suddenly this layer got created. See it. Once this layer got created, then you don't need this container. So they remove that container here. Something similar has happened here on. From this layer, this container got created. This container has got these changes. This container got committed, and then that container got removed. Something similar happening, the same thing you see. This layer created this container got these changes got committed here, and then removed. Did you see the pattern? Everyone?
Yeah. So we are creating image here, right? But that internally we're creating container with the previous one.
No, container they will create, no, because remember who's writable layer. You cannot write in
Your voice is
the
on and off.
you cannot write in the layers. You have to write in the containers only. So whatever the command I type, that will be for that only. Right? You have done it manually, right? During the commit
Yes, sir.
operation.
Correct.
So same thing Docker will do, but on your behalf. Okay. So like this. Understood, guys?
So Rajesh, if I want a backup, that is, if I want each version as a image, what should I do? That is, instead of image1 : latest, if I want each version as a image, what should we do?
Then you have a 5 Docker file in that case. In that you line this line, then this line, then this line, like this. Or you can also do one thing. Manually, there is no automation for that. Each container you get, let me show you rather. So, Docker history. You want only Rajesh 1, Rajesh 2 like that, right? Let me show you.
Yeah, that is, I want like a version. That is, Rajesh 1, I will be having the version as 1.0. Rajesh 2, I will be having it as 2.0. And the final version, I can get it as the latest. So whichever image I want to run, I can run from that version.
No problem. So see here, these are the commands I run. So first thing I should copy other session timeout will spoil my work. So see what I'm doing. There's no automation as such, but simple thing. Docker images. See, this image has Rajesh 1, Rajesh 2, Rajesh 3. C5 to Docker history. See here. Here you have Rajesh 1, here you have Rajesh 2, here you have Rajesh 3. 3 layers. This was the maintainer layer, and this is the Ubuntu. Okay. So now you want only Rajesh 1 and Rajesh 2, just for the sake of discussion. So what I will do, I'll copy the layer ID, Docker tag -t Rajesh 2 from watch container. This. Did I do any mistake? Docker tag. Oh, sorry. Docker tag opposite wedge. -t is for the build. Okay. Rajesh 2. Done. See that how it is easy. Now I got the Rajesh 2. Now if I do history and you see here, you got Rajesh 1, Rajesh 2. So you can create images from the any number of layers and that way. But what happens when you create a container from this, all these layers will be merged into the one merge layer and that will become a writable. So guys, did you understand this? How it works?
Yeah, Rajesh, thank you.
Okay, so now I have given you the ways to create an image through Dockerfile. But now one important question which is pending, and that is, how can we have PID1? That is the most important question. How can we set? How can we have set PID1? Okay. So I'll simplify this explanation for time being, but you have to also little bit practice it. Okay. Because PID1 is important. I believe you all, understand the importance of this, right? Everyone?
Rajesh.
PID1 right now. So guys, there is a two way to set up a PID1 in the Docker file for any container. Two way. What are the ways? So one way is CMD. Another way is entry point. Entry point. Now you must be having question in your mind, which one I should use it? Yep, it's a good question. I would say you can use both of these. But what are the difference? You should be thinking about it. If I can use both of these, so what are the difference? So I will decide which one to use. And then I'm going to tell you difference. One statement difference for time being, you will get into this topic. One difference is very important difference. CMD, set CMD can be replaced. Set entry point cannot be replaced. So first let me prove this point and then I'll move on. So guys, if you look at this here, this is the Jenkins image. See here. Look at it. From. So did you understand the importance of from? Do I need to explain it? You understood? You all?
Yes, understood.
Run.
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay. ARG I have not explained it to you. ARG is a way to declare the variables variables in the Docker file. Sometimes what happens? You want to set one values through variables, and that variables you want to use it, that value you want to use it multiple times in your project. Multiple times. So if you want to use multiple time in your project, then you can use ARG. So see here, the developer has set the variables at one place and along with the values. And if you want to use these values in the any below layers, you have to reference it using Docker, dollar variable. For example, see here, user is set is equal to Jenkins. So if I show you, see here it's been used. See here it's been used. See here it's been used. Okay. So ARG is a way to declare the variable. You can do that. You cannot do that. Depends on your flexibility, how you like to get it done. Now again, you see here run is there. Again run is there. Volume is there. Run is there. env is there. Run is there. Copy is there. ARG is there. env is there. ARG is there. ARG run. env run. Expose for the port. Which port you want to expose? This is just for informational purpose. Understand that. Again, I am repeating. People think whatever the port, I will write it in Docker file. That will be used by application to run application. No. Whatever the port you are going to run with application, you declare in the application, nowhere else. Remember, this is just for informational purpose. Okay. So 2 port getting exposed for this application. The environment is now what is a user? So you want to run this container, the one of Jenkins, using Jenkins user or root user or something.
Rajesh, sorry I missed this. What is exposed?
I said informational purpose only. Nothing will be done by this statement. Are you able to understand?
I mean, in container, by running this command, we'll come to know what is that HTTP port.
I mean, if someone will see Docker.
I mean, to get the value, I'm asking.
That's. No.
Okay.
This is the information. Like I see Docker file, I see that okay, this application is using 2 port. Which port? It's declared on top. Ultimately, which port application should run, that's decided by application itself. It's hard-coded in application. For example, Apache, Tomcat, your application. It's hard-coded in your.
Okay.
Now you see here.
Or is something like whatever we are doing in inspect that will display there. This expose nothing but.
Inspect also this will display.
Inspect we are getting values, right?
Yeah, inspect image you do, you will get that.
Okay.
Now you see guys, there is one statement which is called user. This statement is very helpful. See, you want to run container, that means application, with which user? Jenkins user, Tomcat user, Java user, X user, Y user, root user. So let me remind you, when you have any root file system, by default you get a root user, not any other user. Right? That's the reason in Ubuntu image, we are getting root user. So how do we run those container with a different user? So this statement will help you to run that particular container with that particular user. Then you must be having a questions that user has to be exist in the container, right? How can you run a container with a specific user when the user is not exist? So go up, you'll find an answer. See here. Before only, developer is creating one group and adding one user. Okay. So yes, here you have created a user, and here you are using the user. Copy, copy. Except entry point, you understood every part of the Docker file, guys?
Yes, Rajesh.
Now the question was, how can we set EID1? How can we set EID1? So I said two ways. CMD, entry point. CMD can be replaced. Entry point cannot be replaced. Now look at this, guys. In this Docker Jenkins, guys, I set entry point. What? Bintini, parameter 1, parameter 2. Now I'll show you Ubuntu, guys. So Docker Hub Ubuntu. Latest, which you have been using since morning, since 2 days. See here, they are using CMD. So I said CMD can be replaced. Entry point cannot be replaced. Let me show you the demo for this. So here, duplicate session, CentOS, root, Docker PS. See here, Docker run -itd Ubuntu. There's one container I created. There's one more container I'll create from Jenkins. 2 containers I create. Jenkins image I deleted, so it's getting downloaded. Guys, look at this one very carefully. In Docker, everything is observation about the behavior. See Jenkins, built-in, Ubuntu, bin bash, PID1. So that is proven, like this is the one which has taken and this is the one which has taken. Did you understand, guys, so far? This is the one. Did you understand this, guys? Hello. Yes, yeah. Guys, don't lose tempo because these are the important topics actually. You will, if you do it offline, you will struggle a lot to find out the small information. Okay. So now I will do this, creating a container again. And you see run itd, look at this my screen. Itd and here ls, look at it. And you see here Docker PS. See here, container got exit because IT you cannot do with ls. That's all. IT means interactive. You can only with the bin bash. So what has happened? See here, I changed the Ubuntu runtime environment PID1. I changed it. It got exit. That's a different case. You know that reason, but I changed it. PID1. Can I try to change that for Docker in Jenkins? See here. See here. This is also got exit. That's a different case. But is it got changed? No. Why it got exit? Because ls could not hold it. In this case, why this got exit? Because Bintini got the wrong parameter. This is ls. So ultimately, here CMD can be replaced. entry point cannot be replaced. So here you can make using entry points, both the way you can set up PID1, okay? But entry point people use it when they want to run web applications, when they want to keep on running. People use the CMD when they want their work to be completed and then release the resources like CPU, RAM and all. So for example, again I'm running. See, I want to know df-kh. See, work will be done. Okay. And then release the things. See here. But web applications like Jenkins, you cannot get this type things done. So you have to use the CMD. Entry point. So CMD and entry point. CMD entry point you can set like Java, Python, Perl, some executable you want to make the container with, or web applications, so then you can use the entry. Guys,
Can you go to terminal, Rajesh?
huh?
What it showed you if you type that KFH, what work you done with that? It don't display any TF-KH you type, but it didn't list right. It won't list right.
Okay, because of this command, detach mode.
Oh,
But
okay.
now I
Okay.
see it.
Okay. Yeah, I got. Now it will display. Okay, got it.
See it.
Yep. Yeah. Just on fly. You want to say that.
Yeah.
If anything is to put up on fly, then you can do it.
Yeah. So guys, this is the major difference. There are small differences there also. That hardly matter. Okay. So which one to decide? You have to tell me. So guys, I will ask you a few questions. You have to answer me. What about if we put two CMD statement in one? What about if you put two entry point? What will happen? You have to teach me. What about if you put one CMD and one entry point? And now I will give you one lab which have a multiple examples, and there is some error actually also. All the commands you know that. Tutorial. If you finish this assignment, most of the understanding around Docker image, you will get it.
Rajesh, how long we can access this?
What is that?
How long we can access this? I mean, what is the period up to which period we can access this DevOps School?
So this is a public website. It will be accessible as long as I'm alive. If I'm dead, I cannot take a guarantee.
Okay. Okay.
It's free?
Yes, sir. I'll give you one URL I'm not able to find easily. So So this command has some problem with this line. which you need to solve it with the help of Google. Okay. Apart from that, everything is okay. So here, this is a lab. This is assignment. This is the questions. Okay. Now, 5 programs are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How to build an image, you know that everything I have shared already in the notes. In this, there is some problem here in this command. And how you're going to solve it, you just try it out. It's like a troubleshooting skill I want you to develop while building the image. It's very easy to fix that issues, but I want you to fix it yourself rather than me telling you. Okay. And lab assignment, I will give you, let's say, 45 minutes.
If you liked our Docker session so far, please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.